99% of America didn't see the insane thing Trump said to James Comey today. Donald Trump made very clear in an interview on Fox and Friends that he didn't record any conversations with James Comey. He says he thinks that a U.S. intelligence agency may have, though. See the amazing video below.
I asked him about the Comey tapes, and we also got to speak to the First Lady. Here's a little bit of our interview yesterday at the White House.
Congratulations, you moved into the White House. How is it?
We are enjoying it very much.
How about Darren with school?
He loves it, yes. All settled. He loves it here.
Good. Are you missing New York?
Not really. I'm so busy, and we're doing so many great stuff. So it's a really special place, and I love it here.
I love it.
Tonight it's a great picnic, congressional picnic, with all of us getting together. It's New York City team, and we have carousel and great stuff outside.
Okay. Big news today. You said you didn't tape James Comey. Do you want to explain that? Why did you want him to believe that you possibly did that?
Well, I didn't tape him. You never know what's happening when you see that the Obama administration, and perhaps longer than that, was doing all of this unmasking and surveillance, and you read all about it, and I've been reading about it for the last couple of months about the seriousness of and horrible situation with surveillance all over the place, and you've been hearing the word unmasking, a word you probably never heard before, so you never know what's out there. But I didn't tape, and I don't have any tape, and I didn't tape. But when he found out that that there may be tapes out there, whether it's governmental tapes or anything else, and who knows, I think his story may have changed. I mean, you'll have to take a look at that, because then he has to tell what actually took place at the events. And my story didn't change. My story was always a straight story. My story was always the truth. But you'll have to determine for yourself whether or not his story changed. But I did not do it.
It was a smart way to make sure he stayed honest in his hearings.
Well, it wasn't very stupid, I can tell you that. He did admit that what I said was right. And if you look further back before he heard about that, I think maybe he wasn't admitting that. So you'll have to do a little investigative reporting to determine that, but I don't think it'll be that hard.
Robert Mueller, do you think he should recuse himself from this? Because he is good friends with James Comey. He's hired some attorneys that were part of Hillary Clinton's foundation and given money to President Obama and Hillary Clinton's campaign. Should he recuse himself?
Well, he's very, very good friends with Comey, which is very bothersome, but he's also, we're going to have to see. I mean, we're going to have to see in terms, look, there has been no obstruction, there has been no collusion. There has been leaking by Comey, but there's been no collusion, no obstruction, and virtually everybody agrees to that. So we'll have to see. I can say that the people that have been hired are all Hillary Clinton supporters. Some of them worked for Hillary Clinton. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous if you want to know the truth from that standpoint. But Robert Mueller's an honorable man.
I don't know where he gets that from.
With an honorable solution.
I don't believe so.
Just going bonkers with some of those comments in the tweet yesterday, some of the comments to you, and saying that Donald Trump was trying to intimidate James Comey by suggesting there may be tapes. Look, this is all going to be sorted out by Robert Mueller, special counsel, but what's wrong with saying, hey, you better tell the truth?
Well, but also...
Is that intimidation to say, James Comey, I think you should tell the truth about what really happened?
But remember when the Russians went into the Oval Office, and then there was some suggestion about what was said, and then Russian media said, hey, you want a transcript? We know exactly what was said about it. And I don't think they were rolling a tape that anybody saw.
Right.
So,
You know,
who knows what that was about?
It's just saying, just tell the truth. Tell the truth, because Robert Mueller had never said, or James Comey had never said anything about the president not being under investigation until the president says there might be tapes. And then all of a sudden the story changes and he says, you know what, I told him 3 times that he was not under investigation.
And that's all the president wanted.
That's
James
it.
Comey and the others to say, look, you're telling everybody else I'm not under investigation.
Yeah.
I could get stuff done with my administration. Just tell somebody, would you?
Absolutely. It's disgraceful. Comey should be in jail. You know what this means. I didn't tape him, said the president during the interview, but you never know what's happening when you see that the Obama administration, and perhaps longer than that, was doing all of unmasking and surveillance and you read all about it. And I've been reading about it for the last couple of months, about the seriousness and horrible situation with surveillance all over the place. Here is what Trump said earlier. With all of the recently reported electronic surveillance intercepts, unmasking, and illegal leaking of information, I have no idea whether there are tapes of recordings of my conversations with James Comey, but I did not make and do not have any such recordings. This admission came right after Bloomberg's published a story saying that the recordings didn't exist. Share this if you want to see what Trump has next for Comey. Send your positive energy. Absolutely, like, this is ridiculous with Comey. This is totally ridiculous. Comey should be put behind bars. That's all I say. You had to lie in a sense that there were tapes, quote, in order, so then he got scared and had to admit that Trump wasn't under investigation. And they let the public think that Trump was under investigation for 11 months. And I'm more than sure they're still carrying on this investigation somehow with the Flynn, that they're coming up with the Flynn story, obstruction of justice. Really? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.